Hi, thanks for joining me today. What to do when your stepchild lies to you? Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and I'll let you know every time I post. There can be nothing more infuriating than having a child lie to you, and especially so if the child is a stepchild, because being lied to is distressing, to say the very least. You feel as though you're being deceived, that the child that is lying to you needs to be in some way punished for this, that they need to know it's wrong, it's not helpful in the least, and is something that they should not do and should not be allowed to get away with. It's an outrage. And that's how you feel when somebody lies to you. And if you're finding that your stepchild is lying to you, it can be even more painful because it's in your home and it's your household, and you're investing a lot of energy and time in trying to make things right, and all they do is lie to you. I agree that this is very upsetting. But what should you do when you find your stepchild is lying to you? Well, first of all, I'd like you to just take a step back and think for a minute about lying. First of all, we all lie. Now, the lies that we will tell, hopefully, are usually white lies, or they're lies that are socially acceptable. There's a certain level at which society expects us not to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth all the time. So during the course of a day, the chances are we will all in some way lie at least a few times. I mean, when somebody says to you, "How are you?" what do? Tell them about your latest visit to the doctor or something that's the matter with you. Even if there is something the matter with you, it's probably more socially acceptable to say, "I'm fine," unless you want to divulge what's going on with you medically. When people say, "Oh, would it be a trouble for you to do this?" you're quite likely to say, "No, of course not. That's fine." That might be a lie. And that is all totally socially acceptable, and the world would be clogged up if everybody told the truth all the time without the social niceties. But there are other reasons why people lie as well. Let's just think about that. Have you ever lied to somebody because you don't want to upset them? That dress looks awful on you. I really don't like your latest hairstyle cut. What on earth made you to buy those shoes? They look awful. Is that your kind of honesty that would get you places? And so people will lie for different reasons. So let's just think through what those reasons are. It could be that they don't want to upset you. You lie when you decide you don't want to upset somebody, and if you don't, you'll be known as quite a sort of reasonably offensive person if you go around saying exactly what you think all the time. People will lie if they think they can reasonably get away with it. And if they lie and you don't notice it and they get away with it, then it saves everybody getting upset and there being problems or trouble, and saves them getting told off. They may lie because they think something's unfair and they want to right an injustice. If you're not going to get caught at something and it's not checked up on, then there's a good chance that your lying will pay off and no one will know or care. Another reason why people will lie is because they see others do it. It's role modelled. So if they see you lie at all with any of your dealings, or with either of their parents lie or their siblings lie, or there's role modelling at school and their friends at school get away with lying, all of those kinds of things can impact whether your stepchild will take the chance and lie. So what I'm getting round to saying is that when it comes to lying, it's more complicated than you first think. And there's reasons to lie, and there's acceptable lies, and there's lies that we can realistically do and get away with them. And then there's the lies that are more important and things that shouldn't be lied about. And the question I'd like you to ask yourself when you find a stepchild is lying is to think, why? Why are they lying? And the most common reason why somebody lies to you, the step-parent, in a step-family is because they don't want to upset you. So then the next stage is to look at your reaction to when they do tell you the truth about something. Because so often we can get cross at what they're asking for, then we get even crosser when they lie. But there's a chance they won't get discovered if they lie. So the 50% chance is worth their while taking. So what would you say to your stepchild if they had told the truth from the beginning? Like, I couldn't resist it. I've eaten all the biscuits in the biscuit tin. I was going out and I remembered I needed something for my trip, money, a belonging that belongs to you, something or other. And so I just took it. Now, what would your response be to that? Now, if it was, well, you must not take anything of mine before you've asked for me in advance, then you're leaving the child with no choice because, okay, they should have remembered to tell you beforehand that they needed something, but if they were going out and remembered they needed something and thought you might get cross if they did ask for it then, or you weren't there to ask and they took it anyway, then ultimately they've taken a gamble and chosen to lie to you. That's all. That is all. And it might not be because they are deceitful and are through and through liars and their character and reputation is in bits because of it. It's only a question of working out where they are coming from when they lie, and then working out how things can be done in the future so that they don't have to lie to you. Now, you might say, well, that's giving them a huge benefit of a doubt. I mean, no one should obviously lie about something they obviously shouldn't lie about, and that's what they need to know. And I would agree with you. So when you get a situation with a child lying to you, use it as, first and foremost, a learning opportunity. And it's much better children learn the pitfalls to lying in the home environment than out in the big wide world or at school, when things and consequences can be a whole load different and worse and bigger. We all had to learn not to lie. So I know that this is tough because it's terribly deceitful to have a child lie to you, especially when you're making so much effort for them. But just hang on in there and see if you can work it out from their perspective, what the payoff is for them to take that chance and lie to you. And finally, just be mindful that their risking lying isn't based on fear of your reaction. We run sessions, an email response service and workshops, and we write booklets. Look at the description box below for links to our social media and website.